So I believe Diana senses her family is breaking apart, and she's noticing the mistakes that Monet's making, and hence why she wants her dad out. Hence why she's trying hard to get her dad out of prison. On top of that as well, she's a daddy's girl, you can tell, and she misses her dad. But Monet didn't realize that it was Kane. She failed to realize that it was Kane that stepped on the product, and Diana realized it though. Diana knew it was Kane, but obviously through Effie's aid, Effie asked her a question: who had the most to gain from messing up the product? She put 2 and 2 together, thought about it, realized that it was Kane, because now Kane is back in with the family. But Monet thought it was Rico, the old supplier. So if this was season 1, like, Monet is like she's becoming less wise. She's getting that she's not as smart as she was in season 1, because this was season 1. Monet, she would have realized that it was Kane, or she at least would have asked him at the very minimum, I believe, because the way Effie's thought process was she asked Diana who had the most to gain from stepping on the product, from messing it up. Monet would have asked that question. That's what Monet would have been thinking. If this was season 1, Monet would have been thinking, who has the most to gain from messing up the product? Like, Kane all of a sudden has a new supplier, and then now since Kane has a new supplier, our product is all messed up around the same time that Kane has a new supplier. And Kane is trying to get back in with the family as well, and our product's messed up around the same time. So she would have put 2 and 2 together and realized that Kane messed up the product in order to get back in with the family. So that obviously him getting back in with the family is the motive for him messing up the product. So Monet would have put 2 and 2 together and realized that. Well, season 1 Monet would have done that, but Monet now, she's slipping this season. She's really slipping. Like, she just jumped to conclusions, thought it was Rico, and then walked away. And then even Drew and Diana looked at her like, what the hell? That's the look they gave. Even they were surprised. So they both know that Monet is slipping. Drew said on the other episodes that her exit strategy was terrible, and the way she asked Tariq on whether it was him that killed Jabari was dumb. So, and Diana as well, she's like, she realizes that Monet's slipping too, because if she didn't, like, I don't believe she would have taken that stash. I think her taking that stash was as a result of her losing respect for Monet's intelligence. She's losing respect for that, because season 1 Diana, she would have thought twice before taking that stash, and she probably, even if she did take it, she probably wouldn't have taken all of it if this was season 1. Because season 1, I think Diana respected Monet's intelligence a bit more, but now Diana's seeing the mistakes that Monet's making. Drew's seeing the mistake that Monet's making. They're losing respect for her intelligence, and I thought that's one of the reasons why. Diana took that stash to help out Lorenzo. But Monet, she wasn't home when Zeke called her when he was at the police station. Zeke called her at the station, and then while he was being interrogated by Detective Whitman, and Zeke called Monet, but Monet was with Mecca on a date, and hence why she didn't pick up the call. And now, like, that created so many problems. And because of that, now, like, Zeke got in a situation where he ended up giving Detective Ramirez his PBA card, but that could have been avoided if Monet had picked up the first time and then went to the station, but she didn't. She got to the station a lot later. By that time, the damage had already been done and caused a lot of problems. But Monet, she's not taking her own advice, because she said to Diana, having a lover makes you weak, having a partner makes you strong. And it was implied that the partner is Lorenzo, that's who she's talking about. The lover is Mecca, or Dante, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, that was implied. But she's now out here spending time with Dante, or Mecca, whatever you want to call him. She's out here spending time with him, going on dates with him, and now her eyes off the ball. Now, because that's one of the main reasons why she's slipping. So she's not following her own advice with that. Diana now, she may be the first person to realize that out of the Tejadas that Mecca is, she might be the first one to realize that Monet is going on dates with Mecca and seeing him, because she asked Drew, and this shows how really Diana is wising up a lot this season. She asked Drew, wasn't Monet with you what was Monet doing when Zeke called? Wasn't she with you? And then Drew says Monet wasn't with me, and she was just out there thinking, whereas like she didn't say anything, but she just had a thought in her head. She was confused. So I'm thinking Diana might be the first one to realize that what Monet's doing, seeing Mecca, and how she might find out, I'm not too sure how that could happen. There's multiple ways that could happen. She might follow Monet. It won't surprise me if she ends up following Monet. And seeing that Monet is with Mecca. That won't surprise me if it happens like that. It might not, but that wouldn't surprise me if Diana ends up following Monet. But either way, I think she might be the first one out of the family to find out. And it also wouldn't shock me if she somehow uses this to her advantage somehow. Like she somehow uses this to her advantage. It would be crazy if she blackmailed Monet. Like it won't shock me if she does something like that. I'm not exactly predicting it, but that wouldn't shock me either. And it wouldn't shock me if she somehow uses the information that she has when she finds out about Monet and Mecca. She uses that info to her advantage. That wouldn't shock me as well. But Diana sees and she clocks all the mistakes from Monet, and this has been the catalyst in her decision to try and get her dad out of prison, because she's seeing that Monet's making mistakes, and I feel like there's a thing there. Maybe she's sensing that Monet, that something catastrophic, something really bad could potentially happen to someone in the family or to the family as a whole, where as a result of Monet's mistakes, as a result of Monet not getting to places in time, like with the whole Zeke situation, as a result of Monet making a lot of mistakes and messing up, like something really bad could happen to someone in the family. I feel like that's what Diana's thinking, that's what Diana's sensing, and that's what's kind of like prompted her to want to get her dad out of prison, as well as her missing her dad, being a daddy's girl, etc. But I strongly believe that Diana's going to be more rebellious in the future episodes, especially as Effie teaches her more about the game and things like that, more about the game, more about how to go to school and hustle at the same time. Also as well, the more mistakes she sees from Monet, the more rebellious she's going to become, I think. But that pretty much concludes this video. If you've liked it, give it a like, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well, all that stuff. Yeah, that's it, and until next time.